Welcome to week 33 of pregnancy. How are you feeling today? Hopefully this sequence will help you feel better. After all, that's one of the main reasons why we roll out our mats, right? We'll do some poses to open up and we'll use our exhales to release any tension. I'm looking forward to hearing from you on how this sequence makes you feel. Let's come to our mat today, sitting down with our legs crossed in front of us. I just got this boppy at my baby shower and it's really comfortable for me to sit up on like this. So sit up nice and tall and let your belly fall forward so the pressure is on your sit bones and not your tailbone. Start to move your upper body around in circles, feeling out your hips, feeling for any tightness and making a mental note to breathe into those spaces. Circle around the other way, still keeping your head reaching up towards the sky. Relaxing your shoulders down as we just start to warm up the hip joints. And then come back to center and breathe in and out through your nose. Reach up with your arms and clasp your hands behind your head, letting your elbows drop down, chin dropping in. Light stretch in the back of your neck. And on your next inhale, open your elbows and look up, chest opening up. And then release your hands down by your sides. Inhale and reach right arm up and over your head. Look up, making sure your bicep is behind your head. Relax your left shoulder and exhale to come back up. Inhale and reach your left arm up and over, getting into your side stretch warm up. Looking up and then release your hands down. Inhale, both arms up, palms touch. Clasp your hands, point your fingers up, and exhale, reach up and over to the left, staying open in your right chest. Inhale back to center, and exhale over to the right, pointing mostly up and then over. Inhale back up to center, and grab opposite elbows, sitting up tall, and then breathe into your chest and heart, opening to the sky. Just arching your upper back. Reach up again with your fingertips and switch the hold of your hands on your elbows. Breathe in to lift your chest, elbows drawing back, and exhale to release your hands down in front of you, bowing forward. Forehead goes down towards the ground. Breathe here, relaxing your shoulders in their sockets, and hips stay on your support or on the ground. And then slowly stack your spine on top of each other to breathe in and rise up. Change the crossing of your legs and then place one hand on your heart and one hand on your baby. Close your eyes, sitting tall, and steady in-breaths and steady out-breaths. We are here to feel good and to support our growing baby. Blink your eyes open and reach your arms out to the sides. And then right arm goes under left into eagle arms. Press your elbows away from you, stretching out your upper back, releasing toxins in this twist of your arms. Longer exhales, and relax your hips heavy on the ground. Then inhale to open arms out to the sides. Exhale, left arm goes under right and palms try to press together. Twisting in your arms, lifting elbows to open and let go. Shoulders are relaxed down. Slow, deep breath in and let go. Arms out to the sides and down. Place your hands down in front of you and roll up to your knees. Remove your cushion or boppy and tuck your toes under and lift your hips. Walk your feet out to the sides of your mat for a wide-legged forward fold. Now is the time to take a big breath and release all the muscles in your neck. Head heavy towards the ground, tailbone lifts to the sky. Transfer your weight into the front of your feet and then transfer to your heels, maybe picking up your toes. One more breath here, feeling balanced throughout your feet now. Inhale, tailbone goes even higher, and exhale, bend into your right leg as your hips come down into side lunge. Inhale and hips lift, right leg straightens and go right into the other side, bending into your left leg, sinking your hips, chest lifts a bit. One more time each side, coming to center and then bending into your right leg. Breathing in, up to center, Good, and then coming down on your left. Getting into your hips. Inhale, back to center. Hands come to your hips, and head is heavy. And then inhale and lift just halfway up, flat back, knees bent slightly. Stay here for one more breath, top of your head reaching out. And exhale, fold in and down. Bend your knees a lot and pivot your feet towards the front of your mat into a low lunge. And back knee goes down, so your left foot is forward. Make sure to have a nice wide stance for your baby belly. Come up and lift your arms, or use your hands on your thigh to press up, shoulders over hips, and then inhale and reach arms up or reach even further. Make sure left hip is level with your right, and then draw that left hip back as right presses forward, getting into your hip flexor. Exhale, straighten your left leg and fold over, coming into hamstring stretch. Inhale and rise back up, left hand on your thigh, and then reach your right arm out to the side, maybe up. If you have your balance, lift your right foot to your hand and get into that quad stretch. So breathe into releasing any tightness you have. Good, and then slowly let go, setting both hands down on the ground inside your left foot. Step your knee back to all fours, hands under your shoulders, spreading your fingers. Inhale, lift your tailbone, belly drops and chest forward into cow pose. And exhale, tailbone tucks, baby towards your spine and chin drops in, cat pose. A couple more on your own, working out your spine. Feeling good and opening up your low back. Cat and cows are so wonderful and feel so good. Do these anytime you feel like it. And then come to a neutral spine, flat back. Step your right foot back, tucking your toes and stretching out your straight leg for a moment. And then place your foot flat on the mat, swing your left foot out to the side, stack your hips as you lift your right up, stretch your right hand overhead into full body side stretch for a breath, and then right hand to your hip, and inhale, lifting up, left arm reaches up and over, opening up your left side. Right leg stays straight, then inhale, come to center, raising both arms up, and exhale, come forward, reaching your head forward and out and then down, and you place your fingertips down. Feeling good in this forward fold at the side of your mat. And then step your knees together, tuck your toes, lift your hips and walk your feet back out into wide-legged forward fold. Remembering to relax your head completely heavy towards the mat. Tailbone lifts to the sky. Slight bend in your knees. Now clasp your hands behind your back, press your palms together and reach your arms overhead for shoulder opening. Maybe bend your elbows so they draw together. Maybe pick up your toes for a second. And then exhale and release your hands to your big toes. Inhale, tailbone goes higher, and exhale, bend into your right leg. Hips come down, palms touching in front of you. Or just keep your fingertips on the ground as we move from side to side. Inhale and hips lift, right leg straightens and bend into your left leg, sinking your hips, heart lifting. Again, hips lift, coming up and over to the right, bending into it. Maybe you're feeling more open now. Inhale and up to center and bend into your left. This should feel really good in your hips and your groin. Inhale, back up to center. Hands come to your hips, head goes heavy, and then inhale and lift halfway up, flat back, knees bent slightly. Stay here one more breath as your spine is extending out from your hips. Breathe out to fold back over yourself. Bend your knees and pivot your feet towards the back of your mat into low lunge. Back knee goes down, right foot is forward. Make room for your baby by maybe walking your right foot to the right a bit more. Rise up with your arms or use your hands on your thighs to press up, shoulders over hips. And then inhale and reach arms up or reach even further. Sacrum is on a level plane and right hip goes back as left presses forward, getting into your hip flexor. Exhale and fold over, coming into your hamstring stretch. Inhale and rise back up. Place your right hand on your thigh and then reach your left arm out to the side, maybe up. Good. If you did on the other side, slowly lift your left foot to meet your hand for your quad stretch. Just relax and soften something here in this intense stretch of your quad. And then slowly release your foot, palms inside the right foot. Step your knee back to all fours, hips are right over your knees, spread through your fingers. Inhale into a couple cat-cow poses, focusing on how your sacrum and spine and upper back might feel different now. And after you round in, good, come to a flat back. Step your left foot back, tucking your toes and stretching out your leg, keeping hips level. Now, back foot goes flat on the mat, lifting left arm up, stacking your hips on top of each other, belly out to the side, breathing to expand. Left hand reaches overhead into full body side stretch for a breath, then left hand to hip, and inhale, rising up. Right arm reaches up and over, breathing into it. Left leg straight with foot on the ground. Then inhale, both arms up, and exhale, fold forward, leading with your head. And then place your fingertips down, relaxing shoulders and neck. And when you're ready, inhale up slightly and step your knees towards each other. Tuck your toes and lift your hips, walking your feet really wide, and then point your toes out to the sides. Inhale and rise up to star pose, lifting arms and open hands up, maybe looking up, and then release hands down in front of you. Inhale, arms sweep out and up into star again, and then exhale to sink your hips back and down into goddess pose. Arms bend out to the sides, palms facing up. Breathing here and sinking a bit deeper, trying to get your hips as low as your knees. Knees should be right over ankles. Breathing in and out through your nose. Shoulders should be right over your hips, so think about lifting your chest and elongating your neck up towards the sky. Okay, stay with it. One more breath in. And then out, sinking 1 inch deeper. And then inhale to rise up, reaching your arms up. And then exhale to fold over. Turning your toes, pointing forward. Come forward with a flat back, surrendering in. Grab your blocks and place them in front of you at their highest level. Place your palms flat on them and walk your feet together. Extend your spine straight out from your hips, nose pointing down towards the ground. Step your right foot in front of your left, rising with your flat back if you need to make more room for your baby. Keep your right hand where it is and inhale to lift your left arm out to the side, breathing into your left side leg, just opening in your left chest as your belly button faces straight down at the mat. Breathe here, maybe bend into your right knee. Maybe look up to your left, still elongating your neck. Now on your next inhale, pivot on your toes to point forward at the top of your mat and both arms reach up. Step your feet wider apart. Breathe in, look up, palms touching, and exhale to sink your hips back and down into chair pose. Arms are still reaching, hips are going back, so knees are over ankles. Breathing in. And then sitting a little lower. And then finally fold over your legs, releasing everything. Slow your heart rate by breathing in deep and releasing slowly. Let gravity open up your sacrum. Okay, now inhale halfway up, lifting your baby off your thighs, and then exhale to step your right foot way back. Keeping your wide stance and finding your balance. And then inhale, arms sweep up into crescent pose. Sinking into your left leg, strong back leg. Inhale and left arm sweeps back and exhale looking over the left. Right arm out in front. Inhale, left arm reaches down and circles up. Right arm goes up and around. Place your back foot flat into warrior two. Good, sinking low here, relaxing your shoulders down your back. Inhale and rise up, straightening legs, reaching with your arms. Exhale, come back down. 2 more times. Inhale, rising up, and exhaling back into warrior two, getting low. Last one, rising up, maybe palms touching. Exhale and sink into your 90-degree bend in your front leg. Breathe in, and then breathe out to reach your fingertips forward. Elbow comes to knee, right arm rises up and over, extended side angle. Left hip sweeps underneath you, and then inhale, back up to center, staying low in your legs. Reach back with your left arm, reverse warrior. Breathe here, going through the intensity. Right arm is soft down your leg. Big breath in, and then exhale, right arm over the top. Plant your palms on the mat by your front foot. Step your left knee back. Shift shoulders over wrists. Breathe out to bend your elbows. Breathe in, rise up to up dog. And breathe out to lift your hips and tuck your toes back to down dog. Breathe here for a second. Spread your fingers. Relax your neck. Soften your jaw. And then inhale, left toes point up to the sky. Stay here, maybe bend your knees, seeing how open your hip is. Keeping equal pressure in your hands, and then next exhale, shift shoulders over wrist and step your left foot up in between your hands. Crawl your fingertips to the right, swiveling your toes to point to the right, and come into wide-legged forward fold again. Your block should be right there, so inhale to lift your upper body and place your palms flat on the blocks and step your feet towards each other. Extend your spine straight out from your hips, all the way through your neck and the crown of your head. Step your left foot in front of your right this time, making this stretch feel good for you. Left hand stays down and inhale, right arm out to the side, getting into your right side leg and hip, keeping your baby facing down at the mat while we open our right chest. Getting into a comfortable spot where you can breathe into the stretch to release a bit deeper. Maybe look to the right, but make sure it's comfortable on your neck. And then breathe in for your little spin to pivot on your toes to point back at the back of your mat and both arms reaching up. Good. Step into a nice wide stance. Inhale, looking at your hands touching. Maybe arching upper back, and exhale to sink into your hips, back down into chair pose. Hands are out to the sides, biceps by your ears, hips press back, tailbone is heavy. Press into all four corners of your feet to feel steady, and then sit even lower. Breathe in, and then exhale, fold over your legs, letting everything go. Take a hold of opposite elbows, releasing your neck, releasing your sacrum. Let your big toes point towards each other a bit and see if you can feel even more opening in your low back. Take a deep breath in and let it out your mouth. Release your elbows and inhale, come halfway up, looking at one point for balance. Breathe out to step your left foot way back, keeping your wide stance, bending into your legs, and then inhale, arm sweep up into crescent pose. Now get low, shift your hips so both hip points are facing forward. Now for a little dance. Inhale, right arm sweeps back, and exhale, looking over to the right, left arm reaching forward. Inhale, right arm reaches down and circles up. Left arm goes up and around, back foot goes down into warrior two. Lovely, getting low here now, softening into your warrior mama stance. Inhale and rise up, straightening legs, palms come together. Exhale, sinking back down. Inhale and slowly rising up, maybe look up. Exhaling back into warrior two, looking over your right fingers. Last one, rising up, moving with your breath, and breathe out to sink back down. Take a big breath in warrior two, and exhale. Right fingertips forward, elbow comes to knee, left arm rises up and over. Extended side angle, baby belly expanding out to the side. Inhale, back up to center, staying low in your legs, and reach back with your right arm, reversing your warrior. Right bicep draws back, keeping your balance, maybe looking up. Inhale deeper, and then exhale, left arm sweeps around and down. Hands come to the inside of your foot, step your knee back, coming forward, and then down. Inhale, sink hips, lift chest and up dog, and exhale, take it back to downward facing dog. Take a breath and tailbone lifts. This inversion just feels so great. Super loose neck here. And on your next inhale, right leg rises and points up to the sky. Bend your knee if you did on the other side, opening your hip, but make sure you stay square to the ground. And then next, exhale, pointing your toes back up to the sky, look to your hands and step up. Softly place your foot down. Crawl your fingertips around to the left, swivel on your heels so toes point to the side and find yourself back in wide-legged forward fold. Slowly wiggle your feet towards each other, but keep a wide stance and come into squat. So lower your hips down to where you can breathe easily through this intense hip opener. We want to soften into it as much as possible here, so keep your heels on the ground. If they're not, just walk your feet a little wider, maybe lift your hips up a bit. Hands come together in front of you, maybe close your eyes to feel even more. Settle into your squat and then reach your spine tall, top of your head reaching taller as you inhale and release your hips down towards the mat on your exhales. Long, steady breaths, just as long on the way out as they are on the way in. Grounding yourself and feeling good. And on your next exhale, just bow forward. Your chin tucks in and your hands come down in front of you. Thinking about your baby right in the center of you. And when you're ready, slowly stack up your spine, coming up and then press into your feet to lift your hips up to forward fold. Turn towards the top of your mat and place your hands down, shoulder width apart to step back into plank with your knees down. Stay here and grab your cushion and place it well behind your wrist, about underneath your baby. We're going to come into Pigeon Pose. So take your right ankle and knee and place your shin down behind your wrists. Keep drawing your left hip down so your sacrum is level, and cushion should be right underneath your pelvis for support. Come to your fingertips to adjust and get into an easy back bend, breathing in to fill your chest and breathing out to come forward any amount, using any kinds of supports under your arms or under your forehead in front of you. You could also hug a big cushion and lay on that if you like. Just keep breathing and make sure your hips are even. Feel the big stretch in your outer right hip. Letting the flesh go towards the ground, feeling the stretch in your left hip flexor as you draw that hip towards the ground. Surrender into relaxation. Melting into the mat and into this wonderful pose. Deeper inhale and deeper exhale. And next inhale, start to come up evenly. So place your hands down, spread your fingers, press into them, lifting your hips straight up to step your knee back to meet your left. Maybe take that right leg and step it back to get a calf stretch and open your hip back up a bit. Then come back to all fours and get ready for the other side. So left shin comes forward now. If you just need more space to tuck your toes, press up into down dog. Then lift your left leg up to set up for pigeon. Make sure your hips are level to the ground. Cushion is right underneath you. Feeling good so you can melt into it. Rise up with your chest. Shoulders relax down and breathe in to puff your chest open like a pigeon. And then exhale when you're ready, coming forward with a straight spine. And then folding in, chin falling down. Come to your most comfortable place with supports of any kind underneath you, even if it's just your hands. Be sure to take any tension out of your shoulders by sending your breaths there. Feel your left hip soften, and your right hip flexor is surrendering into this beautiful stretch. Closing your eyes to really focus on letting your baby relax down towards the ground. Take one more deep inhale and take one more deeper exhale. And then slowly start to pick yourself up, rippling up your spine, placing your hands down to lift your hips out of pigeon and either come into all fours position or press back into downward facing dog. Maybe take that left leg back or up in the air to release your hip a bit. And then come back to all fours. And now we'll end as we began, sitting in complete comfort. So take your boppy or your cushion and sit up in the most relaxed way. Keep your eyes closed to zone in on how your hips feel now. Take a big breath in to sit up as tall as you can be and slowly breathe it out your nose as slow as you can go. Take one hand to your heart and one hand to your baby. Stay here and feel your heartbeat, your baby, and your breathing for as long as you like. And when you're finished, smile